Hi, this is Don McAllister and welcome to another edition of Screencasts Online. Well, as promised, this is part 2 of a first look at macOS Catalina, where I'll take a look at some of the new features I omitted from part 1. Let's start off by taking a look at Sidecar. Sidecar is a fantastic way to utilize your iPad with your Mac, turning it into an external monitor or an extension of your Mac workspace. Now, unfortunately, there are some limitations. Firstly, you need a relatively modern Mac with a Skylake or later Intel processor, and in addition, your iPad needs to support either the first or second generation Apple Pencil. There is an unsupported terminal hack available that might enable your older Mac to work with Sidecar, and I'll put a link to the article in the show notes on the Screencast Online website. To demonstrate, I've set up my compatible MacBook Pro with a new iPad 7th generation, and I'm using my first generation Apple Pencil. Now, rather than shoot live video, I've created screen captures of both devices, which should make it a bit easier to see what's happening on screen. You can either connect your iPad to your Mac using a wired connection, or you can use a wireless connection, as long as they're both connected to the same Wi-Fi access point and as long as you're both signed in to the same iCloud account. For this demo and to capture the screen captures, I've used a USB to Lightning cable to connect both devices. To set up the Sidecar connection, there's virtually zero configuration required. There is a section within System Preferences, we'll look at that later, but basically it's really just a matter of going up to the AirPlay connection and then selecting your iPad. So I'll go and click on here and select iPad 7th Gen. And once it makes the connection, there we go, we can see the Catalina wallpaper on our iPad. We can also see the Mac menu bar up at the top, and we also have this special sidebar down the side of the iPad. Let's just zoom into the iPad because there are 3 distinct areas I want to explain to you. The first is the sidebar, and the buttons in the sidebar can be controlled or activated either by using your finger or by tapping on with the Apple Pencil. This area here, this is where your touch bar will appear. If you have a Mac that has a touch bar and an application that supports the touch bar, you will receive a touch bar replication down here. And again, you can use your finger or the Apple Pencil to touch in this area. But this area here, the area where the desktop is displayed, this can only be controlled by the Apple Pencil. You might be able to do some swipes and some rudimentary things with your finger, but primarily this area of the screen, you have to use your Apple Pencil to control. Now, the reason for this, as I understand, is that Apple don't really want you to control your Mac desktop with your finger. Basically, it's not optimized for using touch, so the Apple Pencil, with it having the smaller pointer, is much easier to tap on the small target areas within the Mac desktop. That's just a quick preview of one of this week's Apple-related tutorials from Screencasts Online. Screencasts Online is your premium source of Apple-related video tutorials. All of our members get access to brand new, up-to-date tutorials each week, as well as unlimited access to our entire video archive full of Mac and iOS-related tutorials. You can stream and download all of our videos on your Mac, iPad and iPhone, and even your Apple TV using the members-only Screencasts Online Apple TV app. Membership also includes a complimentary subscription to the digital Screencasts Online monthly magazine, published each month and packed with videos, articles, reviews, as well as hints and tips covering all aspects of the Mac, iPad, iPhone, and all of the other fantastic Apple products. So, if you're ready to start getting the most out of your Apple devices, visit screencastsonline.com today and become a Screencasts Online member.